Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, good. Sorry, I thought I'd made an ouchie. Hey everyone, welcome back to JC6 and welcome to the upper bracket officially with this best of 5 series. test. Between God Hates We and Cookies. Gonna be Conef versus Coalition. This is pretty fun. Let me read the info.txt document here, but we have a moment as this game gets started. Cookies with first pick picks Conef, and God Hates We picks Coalition. Obviously, first pick is actually the disadvantage here. Cookies bans Firebase Krill, and God Hates We bans Galzian Territories. Picks the Boneyard. Cookies picks Crater and Teeth. Weebs picks Kartoba, and Cookies picks Tight End Passage. So that's gonna be the map order here. And this one could definitely go to an ace match. I mean, like, you know, I don't really know who I'd prefer in this matchup. God Hates Weebs is like, obviously he's like our meme player, you know what I mean? But he's also very inconsistent. So you never know. I'm expecting to see some pretty hilarious games here. Cookies, meanwhile, looks like going with Sandskeeper Fab first since he moves his PC out just a little bit. No base runner retire. So one thing you want to know when you're playing as Galzian or Conef is that the build orders are really tight. And can I cast Cookies versus Let's Rock for the group stage next? I don't think so. I think now that we're in upper bracket, we'll just stay here. But if you guys can confirm it was a good match, we could definitely do it. By the way, I mentioned this in the last one, but if you hit F3, it'll cycle through the idle salvagers. So this is a way to make sure that you don't have idols here. But yeah, like one thing you need to know when you're playing Galzian or Conef is that the build orders are really tight. So like, there's interesting sort of off-meta stuff that you can do, but pretty much, if you're not like either attacking or going eco, it's pretty easy to say that you're doing something wrong. So, in this case, if you go Sandskimmer Tech first, you really want to be attacking. You don't want to be sitting on your base here, because obviously ref mode is going to be so late that now you're actually more vulnerable to being attacked than you would have been if you had just gotten it first. So, and it's indeed going to be Assault Ship Fabrication. It's a little bit of damage on this probe here. Might be able to kill it. Indeed he does. Okay, so that's really good for him that he gets the probe kill. And actually this looks like it's going to be ref mode first from God Hates Weeb's perspective, but it's not going to be. So, this is definitely not the fastest assault ship timing that you can get. Obviously, if you get it before you make these 2 long-distance miners, you can get it a lot faster. But he is going to go tech first, which I like to see. But what he should do is push this PC up to the front line, because obviously, if you can produce on the front line of your opponent, you should always do it, basically. It's definitely just better. It's big advantages that Galzian have got in the early games, so you might as well use it. Second base runner coming out here for Cookies, so that's pretty exciting to see. This is obviously going to be a bit of an artifact-heavy playstyle, which is fun to watch. And definitely something that not enough players are doing, you know? Obviously, like, for God Hates Weebs, he's been taught by Discara, so he knows. If you're going to go SC first, you want to leave this guy on your main. You don't want to be, like, driving out to the extraction zone, because obviously if you get attacked, suddenly you could die. But if you're the Conef player in this scenario, you should definitely be like going for the artifact with this starting base runner, and indeed, if you built a second one, go for it. You tried my 2 base 2 PC mid-game build yet? No, I haven't, but that sounds pretty hype actually, just having like one on the front line. I didn't know that was a thing. Did you like use it in this tournament? Because now I'm actually really excited to see. Interceptor tech coming out. That's pretty fun to see. Again, though, it's too passive, I think, from Cookies. So if you're gonna, like, you can see your opponent is getting up on a 2 base here pretty free. So what you want to do, you either want to be, artifacts like castling, it's overrated. No, it's a win condition, actually. Artifacts are very important. But yeah, so, like, if you have assault ship tech, you want to be, like, on the front line pumping them out and then come back over and get ref mode usually, but if you don't get ref mode, at least, you know, be on the front line, right? Because anytime you don't have refinery mode, you probably want to have a ground army and like be up there with the PC, just as a general rule. I do like this though. Always fun to have some blast drone shenanigans going on. Yes, they give you power too. That's a really big deal. I mean, like, we saw, for example, if you watched the group stage games between myself and A-Game, he didn't get any power reserves in that game until, like, 20 minutes in or something, but the artifact power that he got was just like so powerful already that he pretty much won the game off of it. So I mean, it's really powerful. In fact, that was the same map, same spawn. Base burner is cheaper than 2 power upgrades. Aye, that be true. It's cheaper than 1 power upgrade actually, because obviously, uh-oh. Skadoosh. Get wrecked, fool. Excellent hit there. Very well done. you love to see it. You love to see it. Or maybe you hate to see it. Depends who you are. Depends who you are in this matchup. By the way, I'd actually like to ask Cookie, so did you know who God Hates Weebs was before you played this matchup? Because going air, I think, is like perfect, obviously. So we know who this guy is. Yikes. Don't worry, you can watch the VOD back later. No, that's true actually, it was a pretty good split. I mean, obviously, 2 BDs getting 2 salvager kills, that's not so bad for the defender, but definitely worth, you would have to say. You did know. Okay, so I mean, this is definitely a good counter pick then. The only problem, right, is that he's still up on 2 base while you're on 1, so I think definitely ref mode would have been useful here. In fact, it's easy to say, like, well, if I had ref mode, I wouldn't have interceptors as fast, or like, I wouldn't have these assault chips or something, but actually, because you'd have more money, I think you would have all of that and more, probably, so. Salvager split is pretty decent. Definitely you want to launch the interceptors here, though. There we go. They're kind of derping here a little bit, but they are going to get kills. I'm sure of it, right? Oh, yikes. Really unfortunate pathing here on these interceptors, but they are going to get a kill on one of the gunships at least. I think for sure with a bit of micro they could have gotten both of them, but like that's okay. And then you can fight these strike fighters too, so I would turn back and just fight them, but docking is valid as well, I would say, because obviously you are going to win the fight later on. Might as well just avoid the risk of like, oh, well, if he chases you under PCs, I mean, that's just a freebie. Very, very nice. Yeah, well, that's fair. That definitely worked for you there. This is 2 PC now, by the way, but we still don't have ref mode, so this sounds a little bit wonky, but I think actually what you should do is like make this a 2 PC build now, so like move these 2 out into the midfield, because you know your opponent is relying on air now. And you've got interceptors, and you've got 2 PCs and 2 base runners, so that's actually a lot of anti-air. And so you can actually move these guys out into the midfield and just build assault chips and like siege his base and then tech rails once you get a moment and just win the game off of that, I think. That's a little bit risky though, so I mean, I definitely don't mind playing more safe. But the safe thing to do for sure would be to get ref mode here, so that's definitely what I want to see. And also these guys were long distance mining, you should just reallocate them onto CUs. Because they do better, obviously, if they're just mining, you know, on the carrier rather than from distance. So I can smoke too. Not gonna smoke, because that's unfortunate. That might have been an extraction if it had smoked. I'm not sure, but and that would have put you, of course, on like game point actually with extractions. But still no ref modes. That's a bit unfortunate. Actually, Afterburner would be pretty good here too. There's a lot of good options. Got it, Swedes though. Teching into bombers, I gotta say, is definitely a mistake for him here. He did tech into bombers, by the way. That tech is done. But it's a mistake because your opponent has already got air units, right? And obviously bombers are kind of countered, I think, best by air. So I don't really like the looks of that. Interceptor is going to dump the missiles here on the AVs. He feels pretty confident he's not going to die to strike fighters here. Indeed, one interceptor is going to go down, but that's kind of okay, I guess. He did get like 3 AVs for it, but he should just dock these guys now. And then rely on the double PC for like your anti-air. Ooh, this seems like a bit of a throwaway, but Jaraci is not going to take it. This anti-air could definitely have just inted though. And it's Ian, you can't let Ian die, right? Gonna rebuild that one that he lost. There are bombers on the way now. Actually, one of them in the hangar already. Ooh. Ooh. And this is a lot of air units from God Hates Weebs. Holy moly. I think at this point, you're actually pretty much fine to tech into missile ship fab. Although, again, you're really going to be wanting for... Ian knew what he was signing up for. You're really going to be wanting for money pretty much this whole game if you don't just get onto 2 base. And so, like, yeah, it slows down your military production. Like, you've got to get rift mode here, because being on 1 base fighting like an air battle, that's really dire straits. A couple of Ints gonna dock actually in kind of a bad moment here. Yeah, and the target is definitely this PC. Bomber drops his load. He's going to be warded off for now by this one interceptor, but one PC disappears into the void. It's kind of odd. The interceptor's kind of coming in one at a time, which is not really very good. It's not really what you want. You nearly went into range of that anti-turret post, but it's not really going to matter. He goes down, and again, this one interceptor kind of on his own here. He's just going to get hunted down by this pack of strike fighters. Down he goes. Another attack bomber is out, but that seems like a bit of a waste of a bomb, because obviously he's not going to finish this PC. He probably just wants to come over here and take out these salvagers. But this is a 4th extraction, so this is definitely a winnable game here, but it's kind of getting close to snowball position. I said bombers were a bad idea because they're already obviously ground units, but things could get really bad if he can snowball the air lead. And right now, like 2 interceptors against what? 7 strike fighters. Ooh. I mean that looks pretty grim. This is why I think at this point you kind of need ground-based anti-air as well, if your opponent's gonna hard commit into air like this. But ref mode is on the way. I'm happy about this. Ref mode is done, in fact. So we've got that. But see, that's the thing. That one base runner, if it had smoked right here, maybe it could have actually survived to like get to the extraction zone. But I don't know. It's hard to say. One thing's for sure, though, smoke actually doesn't block air units. So, what games were cast already? Well, this is the first game from the upper bracket. Yeah, this is the first game from the upper bracket, but we've cast 2 games now from the, 2 games from the group stage E, I think. Ouch. Yeah, well, it's interesting. So air units do not require line of sight. So there's like a debuff modifier called like requires line of sight, and air units just don't have it. So it doesn't, like, the only thing that smoke does is blocks line of sight, so obviously air unit is not going to care. That's why, like, in my joke patch, for example, you'll notice that anti-air turret posts can shoot over terrain because they don't require line of sight. Now, I really like this, though. This is quite savvy. So what Cookies is doing is he's realizing, like, okay, so my win condition right now is that I win off of extractions, so there's no reason to even bother with economy. Like, I'm going to lose it anyway. Gunships are going to take out this base runner. This base runner here should really be picking up this extraction, but oh my, if he doesn't pay attention to this, he could pick it up. Okay, he's got it. So, the Ints are kind of fighting over here. They're gonna get these strike fighters a bit low, and if Cookies can just escort these artifacts out, he wins the game. This could happen. This could happen. Oh, the carry. Oh, well. Okay, there's no power though. There's no power. Okay, if he smokes, this could happen. All the units are docking. Oh boy. But this is a bomber. Ouchie mama. Oh, do Conif base runners have less HP? Did I, like, am I a Pepega? Am I just now learning this? Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, because they got the self-healing, but I guess they lost HP for it. Okay, cool. That's probably a good thing, because otherwise I can imagine Conif base runners being like super freaking annoying. Yeah, it's all the BD rush cancer, yeah. Well, they have repairs now, that's the thing. It's a new feature. Well, unfortunately, that should be the end for Cookies here. Obviously, BC Fab is done for God 8 Weebs as well, but he's not even going to need it. At this point, you should really just be able to smash the carrier down. Gunship not going to do a whole lot of damage to the carrier, but strike fighters and bombers, they definitely do. Question is just how many Northerner heretics can he take with him? At least the support cruiser will die. This is a lot of freaking Aryans. Yeah, got it, Weebs, you know. Living up to his name here, he is going to take game 1 for sure. Well, that's true, but I'm a Galzian man, you see. So. Just throw a jetpack just for fun. Let us see it. If you look at the sensors coverage, though, I think Cookies is obviously winning. Man, I wish there was like an AI for DOK that was like good, and then it could like tell us the win percentage chance, like what it thought. That'd be fun. Actually, that's a good point. So you know they've got Alpha Star for StarCraft 2, right? But as far as I know, it's not part of like the replay tools. Alpha Star was pretty bad? Oh. I heard it was like pretty hype, actually. But anyway, like it'd be really cool if they had Alpha Star running in like every pro replay that they watch, and it would give you like it'd give you like how do you say, like in chess, it gives you like a rating for how much it thinks that a player is winning or losing. Anyway, that'd be really fun to have like in the game. Just say like, yeah, right now the AI thinks that this player has like a 65% chance of winning or something like that. You know what I mean? Had no decision making, was just good at doing things. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much what any AI could do. It is a little lame. I thought it was better at decision making, but maybe I was wrong. Torin Crater going to be our next destination. This one being picked by Cookies. I heard Alpha Star would do funny things like fill out a base with like 30 workers because it knew it was going to lose some. Ah, but not actually because... Huh. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because like the idea that in my mind that is so like beautiful about an AI playing an RTS is that it can just like very objectively look at things and only do what it thinks is going to increase its win percentage chance, right? But that's unfortunate if it's just going to like... They teach it, yeah, you should definitely be sending a probe out, and then it doesn't actually do anything on it. Unfortunato. Well, I mean, didn't they give like APM limits to like the AI and stuff? Really cheating. So like, how did it cheat? I didn't hear about this. Skimmer Fat first again, by the way, by Cookies. But this time he's moving the PC out. Good. This is exactly what you want to do. It wasn't working with incomplete information, really. Did it just have like vision on the map? Dang. That's lame, man. Assault Ship Fab gonna be started here. Actually, on pretty respectable timing. I think you can get this down to like 29 minutes, but this is gonna be okay. Especially because against Coalition, it's not really like required that you have like the fastest AS timing, you know what I mean? Against Coalition. Against Galzian, you would want to have it a little bit faster. But this is going to be just fine. So, if you haven't seen many Assault Ship games, usually what the Galzian player wants to do here, and by the way, this is without a base runner retire, so... What the Galzian player generally wants to do here is he wants to make a couple of Assault Ships so that he can force his opponent to like respect him, and kind of stay on one base, and then he comes back and he gets ref mode. So, we'll see if that's what Cookies is going to do here. Also, literally perfect Blink Stalker micro sounds pretty nice to me. Or the pick bans for the series, by the way. Cookies bans Krill, Got Its Weebs bans GT, picks Boneyard. Cookies picks Crater and Teeth, Weebs picks KT, and Cookies picks Tight End Passage. AV Fab on the way now. Cookies building his first Assault Ship now. And one thing I'd really love to see, of course, is the armor upgrade for the Assault Ship. Yeah, they banned Krill. Sad face. Not everybody likes that map. Actually, more importantly, though, God Hates Weebs really likes that map. So yeah, exactly. He knew he liked it. I mean, that's why you would need to ban Firebase Krill against. Well, you don't need to, but you can. And look at that, he is getting the armor upgrade too, which is great. Okay, I like this. Uh-oh, fleet cap 45. So this is actually doable. I mean, it just means you're gonna like commit really hard, you know what I mean? But it's better usually to go for ref mode off of this. However, he does have a pretty strong attack lined up here. And of course, this is Tauren Craters, so I mean, you can hide behind this dune here. Makes it really hard for the turret to do anything, but he's playing too passive. Oh, he shouldn't back away here. You want to just... you should have 9 damage. You want to, like, stick in here and, like, hold in that crevice there. Make him put down a turret to defend. So there's the turret. And then if you can... oh, if you can, you want to just kill the turret. Yikes. It's a really bad turret for Godix Weebs. The Coalition turret on this spawn really should be, like, here, I think. Yeah, now he's just going to focus fire that turret down. I like juggling the aggro. This is really, really good. Turret is going to die. Oh, but it takes an assault ship with it anyway, which is unfortunate. If this guy runs for the hills, though, this assault ship here, rad, Zach, he's going to have support. Although there is actually a support cruiser, which does support on it as well, but he should still win the 2v1 pretty easily. Second assault ship is coming up here as well. Smoke is good, though, so he wants to hide over the dune. Yep, just like that. Very narrowly keeps this guy alive. That's really good. AV is going to move out to chase it, but God can do whatever he wants. Oh, God hates Weebs, yes, definitely does need to rotate the carrier over. And this support cruiser is going to go down. So there you go. That is really good damage for Cookies. But again, imagine how big the damage would be if Cookies' PC was back here now and ref mode was on the way, right? I mean, that's just like GG. So that's kind of the reason why. That's kind of the reason why you want to be like looking for ref mode when you go for this kind of game style. This is still really, really good though, because obviously we killed a bunch of salvagers and this SC. The units lost tab obviously favoring God Hates Weebs a little bit, but what you got to realize is that a lot of these were salvagers, which means mining time is lost. Oh, and actually, Shrike, you'll be happy to know in the next tournament we're gonna have a modified version of Tauren Crater. So the main base is gonna be here, and then this will be the second, and this will be the third. Oh my. Alpha move? Is he gonna mine off his opponent's third? Tell me. Missile ship fab on the way? You don't like that version either. I don't know, I think it's definitely better. Myself though, I was thinking like put the main base here. But again, it still has some kind of dune problems, but then it'd be a lot easier to plug up with a carrier. Hey, it's A-Game. We were just talking about Tauren Alt. And how probably I should have put it into the map pool for this tournament. Well, the thing is the carrier can rotate so that it's sitting like this, and then you just put the SC on the second. Smaller rush distance? Oh yeah, actually. Well, no, it'd still be a bit longer than current Tauren. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta see it played, though. Having the main base here basically fixes everything, as far as I know. Zascara saying it's still a bit GK favored, but I haven't noticed. I haven't played enough games on it. It seems really nice to me. I'm gonna work on a Shallows map as well. You know, it'd be pretty cool is if we did it on stream, actually, dude. We should totally freaking do it. Shallows is irredeemable. Oh no, don't say such things. I think I can fix it. We'll have to see though. Second and third are too far apart for Coalition. Actually, I've been thinking about that. Cause like, it's a little bit weird for the. It's a little weird for like the main base to be in the middle. Like that's something that most maps haven't done, but except for Shallows, I guess actually. But I don't know, I think we could get used to it. Uh-oh, I love this. Missile ship in the fray. Fighter gunship is done, by the way, but God Hates Weebs just can't build any. It's just constant pressure. Oh wait, he already barraged. Ah, never mind. Hype dead. Well, the problem with the old Kartoba 1v1 is that the map was, like, gigantic. That's the thing. It wasn't really that the main base was in the middle of the other two. Because also the distance to bases on the old Kartoba was like gigantic as well. So, oh! We got a GG, boys. Torrent Assault Ship Rush claims another victim. Ghana Swede's gonna capitulate there. I do agree, I think as Descara would say, he was mega dead. I think definitely, Cookies could work on... Oh, whoops, I went to replays before I loaded the third one in here. Cookies could work on getting up to his second base a little bit faster, though. Because that's something that, like, you know, you do damage to your opponent and then you come back on 2 base. All of a sudden, like, you might have just won the game already. So... That's okay, though. Gets him the win here. Currently 1-1 in this series. Exactly what the viewers want to see. Keep it close, keep it tight, you know? Kalash Teeth, gonna be the third map of the series. Of course, very good map for AV rushes. Very close quarters map. Pretty good for Con F, I'd say. Like you were saying last game, to get damage and then get air. Yeah, but again, on that game as well, you probably wanted to go ref mode first there with your build, right? Just being on 2 base is like so strong in DOK. Because it's really easy to spend that money. And if you can learn to defend, like the 1 base attack, yeah, you're going to be in a good place. I mean, you can get a lot done with 2 base. Does AV Rush here even work versus Con F? I think so. Because, yeah, the carrier's strong, but it's not, the thing is, like, we're not going to be running into the main when we do an AV rush, usually. We're going to be holding people off of second base, and then we're going to be trying to get up onto second before them. So, Magpie just started stream. Uh-oh. Competing streams, yo! Of course, ours will win, because it's DOK. The most watched game on Twitch. Looks like it's going to be another double BR thing. Which, you know, again, I'm a fan of, especially on Kalash Teeth, because obviously this game scales pretty linearly on this map. Unless it's an AV rush. And so I think this one skim probably wants to run out there and check. But of course, Omnipotent Caster Bozo knows it's not going to be true. Actually, you know, I could have seen this coming. It is Friday, but... oh well, what you gonna do? Still no tech, though, from Cookies. That's the thing, he could just kind of blind die to AV Rush right here, but he's not gonna get killed by it, which is pretty lucky. Definitely if you're gonna do, like, 1 PC plays here, if you're not gonna get tech, you really need to scout really diligently. I would say, though, you should just always get tech, really, because, like, even if your opponent doesn't have, AV tech, in this case, if these sand skimmers like go in here, they're not really gonna get much damage done anyway, because like look, this turret is up here, right? The carrier's defending the second, so like I don't really know what you're gonna get done with skims anyway. Let alone when these AVs come out, they're just gonna get bullied off the field. So I think really like I call this a dry rush, right? Plan here was to contain him and rush artifact. Yeah, but that's the point. Like you're not really gonna contain him without tech. Because you need something that's going to be better for doing a thing. You know what I mean? Sometimes I trail off. Server's a bit BM to announce someone starting. No, that's fine. That's fine. Especially when it's Magpie, man. I would not be mad if he got viewers instead of me. Damage 1 on the way now for Cookies. So again, investing further into these skims, but they're not going to win against AVs. And Godite's Weebs should know that. Indeed, they seem to want to like push in here. I think he dropped a turret somewhere? He didn't lose a base runner, right? No. Yeah, why is his turret on cooldown? Because actually what he wants to do here is put a second turret down on the main. But as you can see, he's still, like, I don't know if he's even going to kill it. Okay, he's going to kill this turret, I guess. The DPS is a lot higher than I thought. But here comes the AV, he's going to have smoke. Second turret can be deployed if he wants it. Smoke comes out, it's just a little bit too late. And oh, and hello Koshmo, my fellow cow brother. But yeah, like damage 2 is gonna be done pretty soon. But I mean, what do you get really? Like you're not gonna crack the base here. So it's unfortunate. I think you really need tech if you're gonna do any kind of one PC play. And that's been true for a while actually. Yeah, he is, because you know it's God Hates Weebs. Although I don't mean to like try and hurt God Hates Weebs or anything, but I've noticed now that for the 3rd time in a row on Kalash Teeth, he's gone Assault Cruiser fab. We are 1-1, Kalash. God Hates Weebs taking game 1, and Cookie's taking game 2. And you're right actually, Shrike. Armored Assaults are actually going to lose when the Skims have damage too. Kanka? Oh my gosh, do you speak Turkish? What is this? But the thing is, what God Hates Weebs wants to do is actually hold onto the base until he has a couple of AVs. Because there's strength in numbers here. Once you get a couple of them, then you move out together, and all of a sudden you're going to win. Damage feels like a better investment than armor these days. Yeah, I think it depends what you're up against. And in fact, it's going to be ACs. We know that because we're the omnipotent caster, but I think actually armor is a good investment against the ACs, but I like getting damage more though because it seems like such a better, so much more tempo. Do you know what I mean? Oh, is he headed to the wrong extraction zone? Cringe. It happens. It happens. Damage seems like more tempo because obviously you're faster, and then you also have, you know, a much more like threat to damage like the eco and stuff like that. Less sustainability, but more tempo. So I prefer damage, but when you're up against like ACs, I would actually want armor instead, because then you need the survivability because they can get chunked so easily. Against AVs though, I'm not sure. I think damage is better if you're gonna try to fight them, but like normally I don't try to fight AVs. It doesn't seem like a good idea. Uh-oh. God Hates Weebs opened himself up for quite a nasty flank here. The Con of Carrier's got missiles to try and defend. I still think this should be pressuring on the second base. But, because, like, yeah, this is definitely a waste here. These guys are not going to get back in time to defend. But you can see one AV is actually pretty good at defending a base. Just because that smoke buys so much time. By the way, one more salvager you need on this base here, because obviously one of them got picked off. God Hates Weebs, that is, I'm talking to. But again, he doesn't want to chase here, because these guys do have damage too. He's got armor too as well, but he will actually lose like one AV going in alone. This is nice though, with a little pincer move. I like it. And ACs of course are on the way. I believe this is an AC as well based on the build time. It's gonna kind of eat this MS barrage. Skims, I think, kind of targeting the wrong one. You want to target the one that's weak first, but you can see, excuse me. You can see that his armor upgrades scale really, really nicely. And so at this point, now that he's got armor 2, he's just taking almost no damage at all. Skims are really just not meant to fight armored units, you know what I mean? Phoenixio doesn't seem to think so, but you know, this is definitely effective trading here. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Extraction comes out for Cookies though, and that's going to bring the scoring to 4-0. I mean, look at this. This would be the game-winning artifact if you can take it. Not sure why smoke was popped there, but yeah, that's really good pressure. It's true, it's true. You trade all the skims for the BRs, but definitely tech would have been better though, right? Like a couple of assault chips instead, like earlier on in the game. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If he can pick this up, I think he almost wins the game. Although he used smoke on both of these base runners, but it's not on that long. Oh my gosh, 40 seconds? Wow. That's been buffed since last I bothered to check it. Here come the ACs, though, and this is where everything could change. AC is pretty good. But definitely God Hates Weebs wants to be proactive about stopping that artifact there. Because, like I said, that would probably be game if you can just pick it up. What's going to stop this AC, though? I mean, this could be a dead PC for sure here. You realize he wants to kind of intercept it. Yeah, it could be. It really could be. You called him some mean names. Like I said though, it's an interesting pattern. Every time I've seen him on Call of Teeth in the last month, he's played AC instead of air. He's eating some cruise missiles there, but his missiles are hitting as well. Oh yeah, that carrier is powered, because obviously the base runners are, they've been extracting this whole time. Oh gosh, he could still win this. Mate, you gotta be proactive here, dude. Oh boy. I mean, this is huge damage from these ACs, make no mistake. But like, he could still lose. Oh no. The soul chips are out. So what you want to do now, like, so you just wiped your opponent's Yuko, right? So your win condition now is just don't let him extract. And if he doesn't extract, you win the game already. Ow. So I think, like, yeah, second base is nice and all, but you should actually just move the carrier out into the middle right now. Because, like, if he manages to, like, push through you here, you might just lose the game. Oh no, where are these base runners going, though? They want to be on the artifacts. And this carrier also, by the way, can power up the speed and get over there a little bit faster. Yeah, I don't know about missile battery tech, because if he had air already, he would have been using it. Yeah, we went 1-1, so this is game 3. A bit of a surprise. Everything dies. Oh, and he set the turret up too. This is quite rude. Stealth turret, look at that. What are we getting shot from? I love it. Okay, here's the AC though. I think this might shut it down, because obviously this artifact here, really short run distance, right? I think that the like the smoke into the extraction might just be enough. But this artifact here is so much further away. The burrow turret, yeah, like a baneling. Smoke popped early on the one that's going to be carrying, which is not what you want to see. Does the carrier get pulled over? No. But yeah, there's no way this extracts. It doesn't even have smoke. Alas, I think that will be game. We'll see how long. We'll see how long Cookies holds on. But I don't believe he is going to have a chance, really. I mean, there is another base runner, but God Hates Weebs is on the way to the base, even though it doesn't exist. But he'll find a base runner. He's gonna run for his life here, but of course he is matched in speed by these AVs. You know, you're right, actually. He could afford another base runner right now. In fact, he's building one. Ah. Here it comes. In fact, he can afford 3 base runners. Oh boy. Okay, I mentioned this in game 1, right? Like, he knows the win condition. He definitely knows what he needs to do. But God XP is finally pulling the carrier up to the extraction zone. Everyone in that carrier just died, pulling like 50 G. Oh my gosh, God XP, no, don't freaking throw this, okay? Drive this way. And then, where's this AC going? No, you need to be here. You need, oh gosh. And he should be like spamming freaking AAVs and stuff right now. Oh gosh. I mean, if there's a way for him to lose this game, this is it. Smoke really wants to be popped on this PR. Yep, there we go. Dude. What do you think, man? Is it possible? Artifacts picked up here. This is not a very powered carrier. He's gonna go for the carrier block. No! Oh no! I would have at least liked to see it. I think he could have made it, dude. Oh! Dude, I think he could have made it. The carrier block is good here, but... Wait, does his carrier die? Oh my gosh. Maybe it does, man. This con carrier is faster. Yeah, but like with smoke, I mean, maybe he could have made it, man. I don't know. This looks pretty over from here, but I don't know. I think he could have made it. Well, it was worth a try. It was a valiant effort. Run for your life. Oh, it doesn't even get the AC. 37 HP on that bad boy. got veterancy. What's his name? He doesn't have a name. What the heck? Dude, none of these guys... No, this guy's got a name. He's got no name. Poor Rusty boy. Does indeed go down, so that's going to be 2-1 now for God Hates Weebs in the series, putting him on match point. Let's load in game 4, shall we, on Kartoba. KT Alts, of course, very good rushing map. This is actually God Hates Weebs' pick, which is kind of interesting. I don't imagine he's got some kind of weird rush strategy plan on this. That doesn't seem like his MO. So I'm trying to think, like, I mean, yeah, this map is pretty good for people who have good, like, awareness, I would say, like, of flanks and stuff, because obviously, you know, you can push on both sides of the Kartoba, and because it's just a very narrow passage between it, it's kind of difficult to rotate around it. But I don't know, I feel like this is actually kind of a strong map for Cookies in this case, because we know kind of what God Hates Weebs wants to do. We'll see, though. Yeah, me too, me too. And I had worries because obviously the dunes are kind of asymmetrical, but like they play out pretty much the same. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if you could drive on the Kartoba? Anyway, that meme will never die. You love this map for Rare Rush, but didn't dare to try something new against him. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Obviously you are on series point, right? So that's not really the time that a lot of players feel terribly comfortable improvising. If he goes for air, I feel like you probably win, right? Because, like, you seem to know what you're doing for countering it. Game 1 was a bit of a fluke, I think. And yes, Weebs is up 2-1. So it's a series point for him. Skimmer Fab finishes now for Cookies. PC is moving out across the field. And again, what I would love to see is some kind of tech here. Actually, I mean, Rail Rush is pretty strong in this map, but, like, a Soul Chip tech, yes. Getting it picked right away. That's exactly what I wanted to see. He had the eco lined up for it, of course, is why. If you're gonna do a Rail Rush, you put, you know, 2 on RUs first. And then you delay Skimmer Fab by a little bit, but I think he did that in this build as well. You didn't feel confident countering air if you got it. Well, I don't know, you did fine on game 2, right? Well, I guess game 2 you're just like hammering it with AS the whole time. Yeah, well, for sure. I mean, like, the way that this dune is set up, I think, is what's so good for AS. You have to recognize, actually, that, like, it's kind of a bow here, so you need to be further back than you think. But, I mean, you have cover all the way back to the main, so this is actually a pretty strong map, I'd say, for AS. It can be tricky to, like, actually siege on the main, because a turret, like, on this hill right here is pretty strong, right here. But, you know, you can definitely hurt, like, the second base, or... Because, you know, the thing about AS is that they always just give you, like, this infinite pressure, right? And they're very hard to weed out. Definitely getting to a third base is kind of a fantasy until you can push it with the carrier. But then, like, you open up the second base to just get killed. So, I mean, I think the AS siege is actually really not that bad on this map. Speaking of which, they're coming out already. Of you versus him in the group stage? I don't think we cast those ones. I didn't do too many from the group stage, mostly just group A. I might take some fan requests though at some point. Some of those group stage games can be pretty fun. Hey, if you have dumb enough, ow, I bit my tongue. For God Hates Weebs, he texts into fighter and gunship. That's the choice here. Carrier production upgrade a little bit early. Better early than late. And he has got a turret on that hill, but it's not quite the one I was talking about. So what this does, though, is it opens up God Hates Weebs holding on this hill right here. Which otherwise, you know, would have been taken away from him. But as you can see, he's taking damage here. He's running kind of the wrong way, so you want to run here. It's hard to see, because, like, obviously it looks here. Okay, so the hill line is right there, so, like, this is low ground, this is low ground, this is all high ground here, right? But actually, it's not so. You kind of have to pan the camera down to, like, see the exact topography of these types of areas. So, actually, there is a lot of pressure to be had by, like, holding in the, like, where the little white streak is. That's actually covered from that turret. See that? So... a little bit unfortunate there, but Missile Ship Fab is on the way already. That's what you like to see. Because it's got 8 Weebs, right? This is not going to be, you know, like a pushback to ref mode. Instead, he's going to go for blood here. And he can kill this turret, mind you. Like, that's definitely possible. Actually, he can also use this hill right here. But he's just going to take the direct approach. Well, he pulls off to the side a little bit. He's going to get this AAV here for free, looks like. Yep, he will get that. Yeah, in fact, we were watching a turret. Oh my gosh, it can shoot over this hill. What is this? That seemed a little bit unlikely. Did you see it shooting over the hill there? DOK terrain, am I right? Attack bombers, oh my gosh. He's freaking out for blood. If you could shoot over the Kartova? Okay, now that's a little bit radical, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the first strike fighter is out already, but this is a missile ship, I think, so he might actually catch this for free. Yes, 2-1 to God 8 Weebs. So I think the nerves are getting to him now, because obviously, you know, this is for all the marbles, right? He's got to win this if he's going to, he's got to win this if he's going to keep alive in this series. So what you want to do is actually have the PC run out first, and then the turret shoots at the PC, and then it's not obviously shooting at the assault ships, and so then they kind of get like a free bit of distance before they get shot at. That's okay though, because God 8 Weebs has not been taking the defense very seriously here. He can't really fight with strike fighters anymore here, because the PC plus the missile ship actually does quite a lot of anti-air. And so now, oh look at that, the missile ship actually can't shoot while it's on the way to... No, it can't. No, it can't, yeah, so it can't shoot missiles while it's on the way to do a barrage. I never knew that. He's going to prioritize down this missile ship, but he's wisely is building another one already. Base runner is going to go down, and all the salvagers are going to follow. And a lot of strike fighters being lost here, but again, like God 8 Weebs is not really taking this very seriously. So what he could have done was set down like a second turret, like on probably this hill right here, just get a little bit closer. Indeed, that is a lot of AS. Look at that AS! Oh yeah. And he could also have been building AAVs this whole time, so... Indeed, but as it stands, that was definitely a good trade right there. Now, he could still strike on the second base if he sees it. Here comes the bomber. Ouch, pretty good hit actually. And it's just going to try to insta-dock. Bombers tend to have this bug where they'll like circle around for one pass, but I'm sure he'll dock now. Oh no. What? Oh, that's the worst luck ever. Oh my gosh, it happened again. Look at this. Hold up. Okay. I really need to just use YouTube DL on that already. I have it on my old computer, but not this one. Weird though how that bomber happens, but yeah, that was terrible luck, man. Because often they take like one pass too many to like dock, but he took 3 passes and got killed. Oh my gosh. Well, I was AFK looking for the X-Files theme. Looks like he did get that sport cruiser as well as wipe the second base. So this game's pretty much over already, which is great. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what more can you do? It's a weird bug. Because strike fighters have no problem docking at all. I've never seen them make a pass like that. I've never seen gunships do it either. It's like only bombers. And only coalition bombers, too. It's never, Galzian ones. Hashtag Galzian OP, am I right? Well, I think that kind of took the winds out of his sails. Well, I mean, what would there be to do? I'm not sure. So strike fighter is just going to insta-dock, they dump a little bit of damage, but it doesn't really seem like it did anything. That's a technique you can do, of course, to like launch air units even when there's anti-air on you and just dock them immediately, but it's not really worth very much. Second PC is out, actually. What you really want to see here is some kind of tech to finish the game. So, oh yeah, look at that. Fantasy GG timing. Yeah, well, he does GG in the end at least. So that is going to be 2-2 then, which means we're going to an ace match. Woohoo! Yes. Fun freaking times. Let's load it in. Game 5. What's the map for this one again? Titan Passage. Alright. Welcome to the Dreamlands. Well, actually, I guess bombers do only have to, like, drop once to do the damage. But, like, the thing is, you can't ever launch more than one bomber at a time in that case. But even so, as it stands right now, if you launch the bomber and then try to insta-dock it, it might die, because it has that landing bug. Oh, look at these missiles! It looks like Kitsune gonna be launching a cruise missile. Oh, look at the railguns! Oh, oh. What quality content? Sensker Fab coming up first again for cookies, so it looks like more of the same. Block this guy immediate. Hey, look, man, it's not me who does it, alright? LAB Fab starting for got its Weebs as well, so a little bit of a change actually for the ace match. He's gonna mix up the strategy. I like it, I like it. You alt tab for 1 second. You take your headphones out for 1 second. Look at the boof lands. What a boof, what a boof. Soul Chip Fab started again early for cookies. Okay, so he's figured it out. And I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. Got 8 Swedes meanwhile with LAV Fab first. I'm wondering what he's going to do with it. Obviously, you can do like 5 LAV into SC as coalition against Galzian. Or, of course, you can go... Oh, I see. This is apparently Tomcat's suggestion. Yeah, he mentioned this to me about how Tomcat gave him a suggestion for like the last game. Ah, okay, okay. So it's gonna be one base fighter and gunship. Actually, I've got to say I don't like that very much because the thing is, you know what your opponent has been doing. Really, it's been like these rushes, right? Removing this map from the pool anytime soon. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't hate it that much. I think it's definitely not like terribly balanced, but like it's okay. Maybe we can make a layout for it though to fix it. I don't know. The thing is, I really actually like some features of this map, but I just can't get over the fact that the second base is on this side is so much worse than the second base on the other side. You know what I mean? That's like the real killer for me. Anyway, back to my discussion of meta here. I think the problem is that Air doesn't want to deal with a rush. If strike fighters have to hit the rush, like the units that are rushing, like the assault ships and stuff, it can't get any damage done on like the main and whatever, and then you start wondering like, well, wouldn't ground units just be more reliable at this same job? And you know that, oh my gosh, it's a gunship. This just is very out of touch to me. So building the gunship here is really, I think, foolish, because obviously the gunship is not going to do well against assault ships at all. You know your opponent has kind of been hitting his stride now doing this rush on you. That's both of the games that he won. Yes, they had a game on Kartova. It's very memey though. Okay, good point. I mean, it's got its merits right there. That's true, but the original GT was just like redonk. Well, I don't know. Gunship is awesome against skimmers, but I think it's like it's a late game type of thing because obviously you want it to like having the threat of gunships really locks down the skimmer ball in a way that strike fighters don't really. Because sand skimmers don't want to just get killed by strike fighters. I mean, that's never good, but if the gunship can just like hammer on the skimmers for free, oh my gosh, he's gonna just go straight to the eco as well. Like, do you not see this, my man? Anyway. if you don't like if you have a gunship, basically the skimmers just have to like not be on the field away from anti-air. And no, they will kill, and that's the thing. Not to mention they'll leave the army so weak that you know they're gonna get kills later anyway. Yes, like I said, this feels very out of touch to me because obviously the gunships are gonna get some damage on the eco, but like, geez, these assault ships are just gonna chunk the main base. I mean, the idea of gunships as an early game unit has been pushed since like the beginning of DOK, and it's never been good. In my opinion, like strike fighters can just do the job better. I really don't know like why you go for double gunship at the beginning of the game, because like if your opponent knows how to split, he might not even lose more than like one salvager anyway. So I don't know. That seems like quite a throw there. Yeah, you know, it's funny, like, assault ships used to be killing, they used to be killing assault cruisers. It was crazy. So they had to get nerfed a little bit, from their HP, I think, was taken down. It's just such a tricky balance, though, because it feels terrible if AAVs can just donk them. But you never want them to be too strong, so... Personally, I think they're in a pretty good place right now. But I don't know. Because, like, to me, the game is feeling really even now that we fixed, like, BCs. And I don't really like the way that BCs were balanced terribly much, but, like, I think that they work for sure. Uh-oh, these guys are dead. Maybe this one gets out? No. That's for sure true, A-game, that's for sure true. Because AC used to just be, like, insane that way. But see, that's the thing, that feels funny to me too. Like, I wish there was some kind of balance, but obviously, I mean, that's just the same thing on either side, right? Like, if AC beat assault ship really hard, then you can't really use assault ships, you know, but then you want AC to not, like, get countered by assault ships, because that just feels weird, so... I mean, in my opinion, ACs have the niche of basically unlocking artillery. Because it definitely feels like ACs have always been strong, but now it seems like battle cruisers are just like better ACs in a lot of ways. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being dramatic. God, he's gonna try to get some damage done on these salvagers, but look, he's gonna lose a gunship to the PC anti-air. Gunship's out of ammo. I mean, that's the thing, like, against single targets, gunships just don't do well, you know what I mean? Like, they're not early game units, you know what I mean? Why not remove armor 3? Oh boy. Now that's an idea. Give gunships Sunder. Yes, that'd be so freaking cool, man. Gunships are pretty freaking good already, though, so I don't know. Again, though, not in the early game, as we see another one fall. And once again, I think it's fantasy GG timing for God Hates Weebs. Eventually, he's gonna die to missile ship barrage, or Cookies doesn't know how to end here. They're trash? What? Man, you gotta be crazy. Gunships are, like, wicked strong, man. Just only in the right scenarios, you know what I mean? They're a counter unit, right? And the fact that you don't have to tech them is really strong too, because then obviously they could always be there, but... Is the game still being patched? Not by the developers, but by us. So that's why we're talking balanced here, because obviously A-Game actually is the one who does the balancing, so... it's not theory, it's reality. Use fluke. I mean, I don't know, man, like, if gunships seem weak to you in the late game, you just gotta be using them wrong, because they're, like, freaking wicked strong. Oh yeah, artifacts, right. Yeah, I forgot about that, you're already on 4. Well, no, they don't, because again, like, gunships are always going to perform better than SF against, like, spreadcraft blobs, which is such a big thing in most levels of play. Not to mention, I still think they're better against rails, too. It's just that, like, the thing is, you see gunships, I think, the most often when people are... Strikecraft aren't good in late game? What? You see people building gunships, like, in the beginning of the game. That's really not when they're supposed to be made. You know what I mean? So... I don't know, man. Like, gunships are just really strong, you know? Oh yeah, well, honor guards actually are, like, a good strikecraft counter. Honor guards are just good in general, man. I know it's kind of the meme on this channel that I build honor guards way too much, but, like, oh my gosh, they're good. Because they help you win rail fights, but they also cover you against, like, strikecraft, you know what I mean? Like, really, if you could have, like, one unit composition for every game, it would have to be like honor guards and Con F Siege. It's just like, it's crazy how strong they are. I really don't know what can counter that. You just have to like not let your opponent get to it. Last artifact picked up here, so Cookies is going to extract this before too long. And that will be the game, will be the series indeed as well. I like what A-Game said, the fantasy GG timing. That's very well said. I do. Actually, I specifically remember he built way too many base runners usually, but sometimes it worked for him. I mean, you know, it's got to be said, like, artifact pressure is really, really strong in this game. I don't think people abuse it enough. In fact, it became, like, the winning meta in JC 2 or 3 or something, I can't remember now, but, like, just the ref mode first off of Galzian and then extract the artifacts as fast as you could. In fact, that was, I think, the reason why base runners had their HP nerfed, was because that was just too strong. By the way, look at this, it's a Titan carrier. Nice. Anyway. That is going to be the series. So well done to Cookies, who actually comes out on top. I've got to say, I didn't expect that. I actually thought that God Hates Weebs would have this one, but there you go. He done thrown in this last game. I don't know. I don't think you can blame Tomcat for this one. It seemed very unaware to me, the way that one played out. Anyway, thanks for watching.